Hello, brothers and sisters in Christ. I'm giving some of my testimonies on my journey meeting God. I shouldn't even be alive today, but thanks to His grace and mercy and love, I'm still here. I just hope this will bless somebody today, and even unbelievers that don't believe, because I was one of them at one point in time in my life. So first of all, I just want to thank God for just waking up this morning, and I'm going to go ahead and start out all the way back to when I was 6 years old. When I was 6 years old, my mother had got diagnosed with paranoid schizophrenic, and I haven't seen her for 23 years. It's been now as we speak. At that age, I didn't know what to think. I was lost, didn't even know what to do. So my brothers and I, we were left with our father at that time. And it seemed like, even though I was 6, I remember everything from then. And it seemed like it was downhill. And so my brothers and I, we were so broke and poor at the time that we would share one bowl of oodles and noodles for each day, or sometimes we wouldn't even eat at all. We would actually even share clothes during out the whole week, which we would take off our clothes and switch it up. That's how bad it was at a point of a time in my life. And it gets even better. So my uncle, my other family members, they moved in, and by the way, my uncle was gay, and the only way we would eat, he would give us food, because my dad would be at work at the time, so he didn't know what was going on while he was at work. And the only way we would eat is if we would be sexually abused, and then that's the way we would be able for him to make us a meal or buy us a pizza at that time. And my dad, he had a bad drug addiction. It was so bad that he would do it right in front of us. And I had a cousin that came to me one day, and I was about 7 years old at the time. He says, James, there's a God. And all the things that I was going through at about 7 years old now, I told him it can't be a God. There's no way it's a God. And soon as I said that, a month later, one of my family members brought in one of their friends, and she seen how we were living. She seen that we were just rugged. We was just, we didn't have nothing. And she would ask us, would you mind if I, she asked my dad, would you mind if I take them to go get something to eat? And we would just be so happy just to eat a meal at a point of a time. And I'll make a long story short. My dad gets locked up, and she gets full custody of us. And all glory to God. And by this time, I still didn't know there was a God. And I'm going to tell you how God works, because He put us in a house to where, my grandmother of that house, I call them my family, and she was a reverend, and she had her own church. And next thing you know, I was going to church each and every week of my life. And again, to make a long story short again, because I have so many testimonies. my brothers and I, we had left we had left our stepmother at the age of 16 because we thought we knew it all. We were disobedient, saying that you ain't my mother. And I just want to say to the parent, any uh, kid out there or anybody that's in a foster home, just be obedient. Uh, just because they're not your real mother doesn't give you the green light to treat them like garbage. I did wrong there, and things all happen for a reason, though. But I just want to just give that encouragement to all the to people that's in in that type of situation. Go ahead and be obedient, and just love them as your mother. It says honor your father and mother, so just honor them, and I just want to be an encouragement to that. So as we left, things again, I backslid. I went downhill and I backslid because I thought I knew it all at age 16. And so I backslid and got around with the wrong crowd, wrong environment, neighborhood. Next thing you know, I got on drugs. And I started selling drugs. And I was selling crack cocaine. And as I was selling crack cocaine, there was this one user that came up to me and said, "Yo, could I get a bag of crack?" And I'm like, "Nah, get out of here. I'm not giving you nothing." So when I turned my back, he put a glass bottle up to my head, and I had a coat on at the time, and it was zipped all the way up to my neck. So I flipped the dude over my head, and he grabbed my coat. And as he grabbed my coat, it went over my head, and I just couldn't breathe anymore. And I was sitting here rolling, and I'm like, "God, please help me." And I was the only one out there on the street at the time. And again, to the unbelievers, it's not a coincidence. This is just not a coincidence. Somebody looked outside the window, came out, see me on the ground, tumbling, and God saved my life once again. And He's there with you even when you mess up. And I'm just encouraging everybody, don't get discouraged. Don't, just get back up. Because I got back up plenty of times. And there's a lot of people that don't get up. They end up taking their own lives. Or, there's just no hope for them. But I'm just encouraging everybody, just get back up. Stay with God. Seek Him first. It says Matthew 6:33, "Seek ye kingdom first, and all these things will be added." Just seek Him first. So I got in the second, that was the first incarceration. I got incarcerated for 3 months, and so the second time I had got incarcerated for a robbery and a conspiracy to a gun. And I was looking at 10 years. And again, even when you mess up, He's still there. I messed up again, and when court came up, I'm looking at 10 years. They gave me time served. I got 4 months time served. Okay, nobody cannot tell me there's not a guy. It's not a coincidence. It ain't no luck. It's no such thing as luck. And so I got back out again, ripping and running again, again. And the downfall is I kept hanging with the same crowd. Let me put it this way: an unevenly yoked crowd that wasn't with God. God says, be evenly yoked, because when you're evenly yoked, one another could pick each other up. So I didn't know that. I didn't know these little things, at the time. And I got back around with the wrong crowd again. And at this time I'm at, messing around with a lot of women at the time, and paying child support, not, wondering why, why I'm going through this, not realizing, well, you put yourself through it. And so as I'm going through this, and the last time I got incarcerated again. You would think that would be over, right? No, I got incarcerated again. I will go ahead and sell marijuana this time. And again, quite frankly, don't forget, I'm on a whole bunch of drugs on this at this time too. So, with a lot of women. And so this time I'm selling marijuana, and I'm thinking it would be something sweet, And as I'm selling marijuana, I'm sitting up at my house. I said, you know what? The only way that somebody can get me is if they come to my house and come get me. So you know what happens? A week later, my friend told on me, and they came and got me. And but when I was in the police station, the first thing I said, because my flesh was so tired, and it's so true. This says the spirit is willing, but the flesh is weak. And my flesh just got so weak. I got tired of looking after the cops. I got tired of looking after people wanting to rob me for what I had. And I just got my flesh just got tired. And I said, God, thank you. And I knew that was Him coming to save me once again. And again, He's still with me even though I messed up. The world judges. God, He's just a loving God. I just thank Him for His grace and mercy. So I got locked up again, incarcerated for only a couple of months now. Again, and I was looking at 5 years on this one. Got time served, got 2 months. But them 2 months, when I was in there, God spoke to me clearly. He said, James, if you do this again, you're either going to die or you're going to be in jail for the rest of your life. And there's no guarantee. He says, I give you life or death. Which one are you going to choose this time? I said, God, I'm going to choose life. I'm going to do what's right for you. I'm going to go ahead and give it all to you. And this is an encouragement to everybody. Whatever you haven't given to God, give it all to God. Put Him in the front seat, and you take the passenger seat. Because a lot of times we like to take the driver's seat and not let God do His work. And that's just an encouragement to others. And once I start letting Him take the driver's seat, my life's got a lot better. I ended up getting married. Got a good job now. He's been giving me a lot of dreams, which I will be posting later. And I just want to encourage everybody. Again, Matthew 6:33, seek ye kingdom first, and all these things will be added. Put Him before anybody. I just want to say God bless. I love y'all. And just go ahead and comment.